The life of the average man. Now, something which is overlooked, especially by a lot of the mainstream outlets and mainstream publications, is the reality of the average or the majority of man. So, an example would be a cleaner or a teacher or someone who fulfills a role where they're not in a leadership position, they're not in an executive position, they're not a celebrity, they're not someone with any great talent, skill or prowess in any area. They're just a normal person, they're just normal 9-to-5 worker. They're not on Wall Street, they're not in movies, they're not an elite athlete. What's that life like? Hardly ever discussed. But the overwhelming majority of men live lives of quiet despair, where they have no hope, they realize their past is likely better than their future, and for them, they engage in activities such as alcohol, using prostitutes, gambling, as a way of distracting themselves from the emptiness and the lack of recognition and the lack of respect that their lives experience in their lives. And it's extremely sad because they don't get any support. No support. They generally get no support. You look at the suicide rates of men, they're astronomical. Why? You look at the work-related deaths of men, they're a lot higher than the work-related deaths of women. Why? It's not discussed. You look at the male suicide compared to woman suicide rates, big disparity. Why? Male to female, male to woman homelessness, big disparity. Why? So it's wrong, it's sad, it's unfortunate that this is what most men experience, but unfortunately it kind of is what it is. The mainstream society doesn't want to change it. That's not the narrative that's going to engender getting into political power or more money. It's just a sad fact. So it means that it's up to each individual man to change themselves or to improve themselves so they don't find themselves living the experience and life that the majority of men have to live. Because it's devastating. That's what human beings have to experience. And it's the likely path or the likely eventual outcome that most men are going to have if they don't take a moment to reflect and be introspective and think, how do I not get there? How do I become an exception? How do I become something more than the norm? And funnily enough, it's similar in a way to if you were to be a man of value in the dating market, or a man of value in career, or in fitness. It's similar characteristics and similar activities and interests have to be worked on, have to be invested in, have to spend effort in or invest effort in order to be a general value person of value. So an example would be a normal man. Let's say they do their 9-to-5, afterwards they have a pizza, and this is regularly, this is consistently. They have a pizza, they have a few beers, and they just do that. They game, they do all these things, they do it all the time, every week. And that's just the standard lifestyle they live. Now, if you're someone of value, if you're a normal man, it doesn't mean you don't have ethical values, it doesn't mean you don't have morals. Values more in society's eyes. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's the reality. That's value in society's eyes. If you're a man of value, you're going to do your 9-to-5, but you might go 9-to-6. You might do that extra 10%, which is likely going to result in more remuneration as well There's a lot of literature which has established that we're doing a little bit more has big bonuses at the end. It means though, after you're done working, you're going to have a hobby. That could be working out, exercising, lifting weights. Could be engaging in a sport, soccer, rugby, American football, tennis, basketball. Could be engaging in something creative, painting, designing, acting, theatre. So you're doing something, not only are you doing your work and you're sorting your finance, and you're working hard in that area as well. Ignore that, that's just another distraction. But you're also doing extra things, extracurricular things to invest in yourself and to have more strings to your bow. So now not only are you someone with a job, but you're someone with interests outside of work. It's things which you can discuss, you can enjoy, you can meet people through. So that's boom, that's what you're gonna do. And then, before you go to bed, maybe you're gonna shower, let's make that clear. Maybe some skin cream you're gonna apply. So facially, you're gonna look good. Or you're gonna shave regularly. So facially, you're clean, you're sharp, you come across, and you're gonna be seen by others as someone who has their I's dotted and their T's crossed. It's minor things, but it adds up to being major. And often, if you want someone to treat you right, if you want someone to treat you like you have value, how you present, how you physically come across is that initial influence, is that initial determinant as to how someone sees you. But what does that mean on the weekends when you don't have work, when you have this free time? What it doesn't mean, and what the average man does, is you'll stay up late on that Friday night, or the first night of their weekend, whether that be, could be not working Monday to Friday, could be working Tuesday to Sunday, so your weekends, whatever, Tuesday to Saturday and your weekends, Sunday, Monday, whatever it is for you. The first night of the weekend, the average man, they're going to bed late. They're drinking, they're gaming, they're smoking weed, they're doing drugs, they're out and about. Not a behaviour, every now and again, fine, but not a regular behaviour of someone of value. And then the first day of the weekend, probably going to sleep in, they're probably going to game, they're going to eat that pizza, they're going to drink that alcohol, they're going to have that chocolate, they're going to have chips, they're going to do all those things, and they do it all the time. Just that's the whole weekend, gaming, movies, masturbating, all these things. So when they get to work, what have they achieved in their free time? And that opportunity time is what it really should be referred to. They achieve nothing. Whereas when you're someone of value, boom, first night of the weekend, you're gonna work. Maybe you're gonna work out. Maybe you're gonna see a friend. You're gonna socialize. You're gonna catch up. Build bonds in the community and relationships and rapports. But you're gonna go to bed. You're gonna go to bed early. So it means the first day of the weekend, you're gonna be able to wake up early. You're gonna be able to, do your washing, meal prep. You're gonna be able to make your bed. These minor things. You're going to be able to, work on your finances, work on your interests outside of work, play tennis, exercise, do all these additional things, eat healthy. And what it means is, on that time in the weekend, instead of accomplishing nothing, you are accomplishing things. You are being someone who's healthier, someone who's being more fiscally responsible, being someone who's working on your appearance, working on your relationships with your friends and family. And it just adds up. So one weekend of bad behaviour, one weekend of good behaviour, not a massive thing. 10 weekends of good behaviour, there's 10 weekends of bad behaviour, material. 100 weekends of good behaviour, 100 weekends of bad behaviour, person of value, person not of value. It's very simple. It's small things add up. And as the old saying goes, a stitch in time saves 9. So, and these minor behavioural variations lead to you living a life where no one cares if you live or die. I mean, I care. I want you to live, and all your friends and family want you to live. But the majority of society, they're going to continue on. If you don't turn up to work one day, hey, let's get a new person, they'll move on, they'll replace you. Whereas when you're someone of value, you're going to form more bonds, you're going to be someone who is more influential, impactful, has more responsibilities, which means you're going to affect more people in your life, and you're going to be someone who more people are influenced by, see as a role model, and as someone who is consequential in their lives. So you can have a much bigger impact, a much bigger network, and much bigger experience in life. And it's just minor behavioral variations have massive outcomes. Because what's the point in being average? What's the point? You know, there is no point. Be the best you can be. Now, if you want to discuss any of these things, link me on Instagram, Brewster563, lowercase BREWSTER563, or engage me on YouTube. We'll go from there. Happy to help you out on any area that I've touched on today, or any questions you have. Thank you. Go get it.